Hey, I'm Andrew with Surefire. Today I want to talk to you about how to mount your XC3, how to change the rail adapters on the XC3, and how to change your battery for the XC3. So first and foremost, we'll start with rail adapters. To change out the rail adapters, first of all, the unit comes with two of them. One of them is marked universal, one Picatinny and SIG. That's what the P&S stands for. So to remove the rail adapter that is mounted on the light, and you twist the head off like you would if you were changing the batteries. And so you can see there's a engraving on the side of the head and also on the body. On the body, there's three positions. There's an unlocked position, a middle inactive position, so the light won't activate if you're transporting it or storing it, and then the top lock position, which is where the light is hot. So I'm going to rotate that head to the engraving being in the position of unlocked, and then I'm just going to kind of pull and twist the head out. It's a nice tight fit, so you might need to put a little bit of force to get it off, but obviously make sure it's in the unlocked position. At this point in time, we can slide the rail adapter forward and out of the channel that it's in. If you just use your thumb on the top of the light, it's easy to pull that out, and then we're going to grab the rail adapter that we want. So for universal, that fits Gen 4 and back Glocks, Smith & Wesson M&Ps. There's a whole bunch of handguns that have universal sized rails. Picatinny rails are Gen 5 and up Glocks, SIG, 320s. There's a whole bunch of guns out there that use Picatinny rails as well. And the difference really is just the width of the notch. Picatinny has a slightly wider notch. So for this Gen 5 Glock we have right here, I'm going to put the rail adapter that says P&S in, and then I'm going to slide it in from the front into the channel. You can't press it down from the top. You'll see that there's a channel that it actually slides in. You want to make sure it's fully seated in that channel. Now, for most handgun applications, the bar, the notch is going to be towards the front of the XC3. You can, if it's not lining up properly, you have a unique firearm, you can flip that plate 180 degrees to put the notch of either the universal or the Picatinny towards the rear of the light to accommodate certain guns. So for this Gen 5 Glock 19, I'm going to use the Picatinny plate, and I'm going to have the bar front justified in the light. Next, I'll load the battery in. It's very simple. The positive terminal goes towards the rear of the light, so I'll insert the positive terminal first. If you forget what that is, there's a graphic on the bottom engraved into the light to show you the direction the battery goes. We'll grab our head. I'll find the notch that's engraved on the side of the head, and I'm going to align it with the unlock position, press it in, and then I'm going to twist it clockwise, and I'm going to actually go to the inactive position because as I'm handling this light to mount it on the firearm, I don't want to accidentally turn it on and blind myself. Now we'll go to the gun. Obviously, you shouldn't have any ammunition in your workspace. All firearm safety rules apply. This gun is clear and empty. So with the light, I want to make sure, first of all, actually, the screw is backed out a decent amount so that I can get it on the rail. As you can see on the side here, the screw is nice and backed out, and it's spring-loaded. So I'll hold the light with one hand, I'll take the firearm, and as I'm putting it on the rail, I'm depressing the screw side to make room for the rail, and then I'll release it once it's in the notch. So again, you push the screw, the cleat goes out, and then you can get it onto the rail nice and clean, and you can feel that it's on. As I tighten that screw, I'm going to slightly put a little bit of pressure for the light to be at the front of the notch. When the firearm recoils, it's going backwards, so the light is going to be hitting or wanting to move forward. So just like you would with the scope on a rifle, if you just justify, if there's a little bit of play, justify it towards the front. It's kind of the smarter thing to do for the longevity. I'll tighten the screw as much as I can with my hand, and then I'll go to the screwdriver. And the torque spec for polymer pistols is 8 inch-pounds. For steel frame handguns, it's 9 inch-pounds. Really what you can do, and what I normally do, is I'll go to snug. Once I get to snug, I'll go a quarter turn past that, and you're good. You've now mounted your XC3. If you have any questions or difficulties with these procedures, please contact tech support. The email address is technicalsupport@surefire.com. You can also give us a phone call, 800-828-8809. Thanks for watching.